Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first match of the day from the Watchers Brawl 3. Right now, we have FreeLo versus Popeyes Buff, and my name is Chase, aka Sci-Fi. I'm with me, here with me today is Callisti, the epic play-by-play caster. How are we doing, Callisti?
We are doing just fine here today, Sci-Fi, and looking forward to another great match in the Watchers Brawl.
Me too. Looks like we're going to be starting off at Route 66. Very unconventional map that we haven't seen too much in this tournament, especially as the first map. Normally, we see a bunch of Lijiang or Control. It makes things a little spicy because I feel like Control is the most hectic of the map. So we'll be getting to Route 66 very shortly, and Route 66. Um, when we talk about that map, we're talking about the huge sightlines, especially on the first and second point, that are very prevalent with snipers, like the Widow Hanzo and even the new hero Ash. So I'm hoping we get to see more of that and less of the 3-3 comps coming out from the normal maps that we play.
Definitely. Now, we did see some 3-3 coming out of FreeLo last night versus Spirit as well. Interesting to see what they're going to be coming out with today, whether it is going to be the 3-3 or any kind of GOATS variant, or maybe they do have some tricks up their sleeve. I'd love to see some kind of ace DPS plays coming out. Route 66 is one of my favorite maps to really see some signature picks come out.
I think that it's going to be a map that I, it is in the rotation for the Overwatch League next stage, which is nice because I think that Baptiste is going to be in the rotation as well, and he's going to be playing a big role with his ultimate augmenting any projectiles that come through. Um, this is McCree's map, and I think we're going to see a lot of like Orisa, Mercy, Baptiste, and McCree compositions coming up because with the upcoming buffs to McCree's High Noon, his Deadeye, he can massively destroy shields, and you basically need to stay out of the way from him. So it'll be really interesting to see how like the damage boost and all those boosts really synergize with McCree. I'm excited, and my my go-to co-caster who is named High Noon is also excited for it too. He's been talking about that all the time.
Interesting prediction indeed. And it looks like we are going to be getting this game started here. Route 66. Yeah, like we were saying, hopefully we're going to start seeing some of those signature picks coming out and maybe see something a little more interesting than the standard 3-3 going on here. And it is going to be FreeLo on the attack in the red. And we are going to have Popeyes Buffet on the defense holding this first push.
Love the name Popeyes Buffet. It was a really cool story. I've casted for both these teams, but I think Popeyes Buffet were one of the first teams I ended up casting for in this tournament. They started out with going to this restaurant named Popeyes Buffet, and that was how they got their team name. I believe it ended up going out of business, so quite sad, but good. It's a cool name to like affectionately name your team, and it's a really cool story. You know, a lot of these team names are, I don't want to say they're like a little uninspired, but I mean it's just interesting to see, and it's nice to see a team with some actual storyline in their name.
So you know the story, right? These guys all know each other.
Hmm.
Over here
Oh
on
yeah, they're
Popeye's
all
Buffet.
in real life friends too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They started out on Xbox and moved on to the PC Master Race. Glad to see them here running tournaments now. Oh, actually, no. They started out as a college team, didn't they?
I think it was a high school team, but I could be wrong.
All right,
I
and here
think.
we are. Okay, so really interesting defense here. We're gonna hide right here in the train, and right away, Freelo recognizes something is up. All right, so we're gonna brawl right here on the point, and this is kind of what I was hoping for. I didn't really want to say it, but with Route 66, I've seen these forward holds so many times. You are going to see Quack moving right in and taking Soulful out of play, and right away that's going to be an early pick that's going to force our FreeLo red team into the spawn room. However, a little bit of cart progress is a little bit of cheeky progress there from Genji, but Thorn might not actually. Okay, so Kasoon is going to get punished for that, so we are going to have to wait for this reset here.
Yeah, and I feel like the Doomfist and the Genji might need to be swapped off. These are like the worst heroes against the 3-3 composition.
Yeah, lots of crowd control can keep those mobile flankers at bay. However, right now, our red team is making a lot of work with it, trying to slowly take this position and push the GOATS composition from our blue team away. Looks like we are going to be able to buy the space.
Yeah, this is super interesting to see. Soulful is going crazy trying to disrupt the background, the back line in general. Really having fun with this Doomfist pick while he's being pocketed by Valkyrie Mercy.
Alright, Meteor Strike is going to come out with a beat to counter it. Not a lot of damage is going to come out, but Soulful is still trying to go ham, and that backline is going to make a quick retreat. We are now fully reset at this point, a full 6v6 fight. Alls are going to still come out. We are going to see that grab bomb combo come out. We were going to see 2 picks from Puckler here with that combo, and that should be a quick fight from our blue team.
Yeah, and this is looking really good for Popeyes buff here. Oh, Kite goes down though. Could lead to a reset. They're gonna need to back it off and play it a little safe because they don't have the augmented healing from Ana. Just a little bit of a weakness because you're playing the Ana and not the Zen. You don't have the full disruption coming out from the Zen. You don't have the pick potential that Discord Orb really provides, but I mean, you do have those amazing nades, and the D.Va from FreeLo really has been doing a lot of work. Nice shatter!
Big shatter here from Quack as well, and we are going to follow up with a nano boost. It does get slept, buying back that space. FreeLo is doing such a good job of holding them back, but it seems not to be enough, with Quack being able to come through with that hammer and a little bit of support from his team to finish out this fight.
Yeah, he has the better front line with Maniac. The trusty Zarya at his side as Aqua Sauce gets out with the skin of his mech. Well, that's not a pretty picture to say, but yeah, Aqua Sauce gets out, is able to be healed up. Now, Popeyes buff, they do have a bunch of ults coming online, but we do have the Shatter. Here we go for Moonlight.
And it looks like we are going to see that Shatter come out. Not really catch anything there with a D.Va Bomb to follow. Does actually manage to get that pick, and it's enough to get just a little more space to finish up this fight here. Happening very fast here just to get those last 3 picks, and it's just an easy fight. We are going to see Puckler here on the cart trying to buy as much time as possible. Inevitably, we are going to see... Oh, maybe not. Just kidding. But here's Mr. True. Here's Mr. True saying, hey, I want to go see what's going on. And just maybe never mind. Maybe I'm gonna go back to safety.
We're gonna be able to contest this with the D.Va dying so late in the fight.
They're trying to contest, and they are gonna come out with a shatter, but not. Sorry, actually, my mistake. That was actually Moonlight Shatter. We did actually see Maniac come around the flank side with 3 of the blue team members on the cart. They're trying to stall by every means possible, but it looks like it's just gonna be too much damage coming from FreeLo.
Yeah, and while I would call that a bit of a waste off of the side of Popeye's buff here and just funneling onto the payload and dying, they didn't have a lot of ults online. They managed to get a ton of them online because of that push. Even though they ended up dying, the trade and ults percent, you know, it wasn't too bad. And coming to this next fight, they have 6 ults in tow. The Hanzo from Thorn really hasn't been too effective, and I think that Popeye's buff definitely can defend this next fight.
And we are moving in, playing that footsies phase right now. Maniac looking in, trying to build some energy. The 2 Reinhardts going at it. Still no picks, but we are going to see an ult combo come out with a counter ult from Soulful. If this bomb doesn't catch anything, that should be a fight from Red Team right there.
Yeah, Soulful has been doing so well in these in this tournament so far with the Watchers on his Reaper. Yesterday, he ended up getting a 5K. That was just fantastic. They were booted out and ended up losing 0-3, but I mean, Soulful had a crazy highlight there, and he's just been having highlight after highlight when it comes to this Reaper here and his amazing Death Blossoms.
Absolutely, Soulful's Reaper doing so much work, and we are going to see Thorn go in there with the ult, trying to force the engagement off for just a couple more extra seconds. With the Earth Shatter there, beat to counter it, rally to sustain. We are going to see Maniac getting nanoed right there. No picks yet on the board, just a whole lot of ults and not a whole lot of value coming from them. The fight is just holding a whole lot of sustain. Our red team managing to finally get that first pick on the Zarya. Another big ult coming from Soulful is going to finish up the fight.
Yeah, and while I believe that they might have cleaned up without that ult, you know, Soulful trying to go for more highlight plays here. It looks like Popeyes buff on the defense have a bit of ults to use. However, they need to get some more value out of these ultimates here, and Maniac definitely needs to be getting more out of this grab. They can't be using anything else when it comes to these next couple of fights.
We are going to be seeing Soulful trying to get just a little bit of damage there on the front line. Again, in that footsies phase, looking for the opening. We can't engage too hastily against the Goats, and that's why we are going to see that Shatter coming out from Quack. Very quick push coming in to finish it out. Shatter getting so much value. Soulful still trying to do work in the back line, but it's not enough. We are pushing FreeLo back into the spawn room.
And that was exactly what Popeyes buff needed. They needed to use just one ult to win a fight. They have a minute and 20 seconds left on the clock, meaning they might have to stall this out for 2 more fights, so they need to be a little patient with the ultimates they have. I think we'll be seeing the Graviton coming up from and it comes out.
Good call there. There's the Graviton following up with a bomb combo. Does manage to pick off 3 people despite the sound barrier, and a charge from Quack onto Moonlight to finish that out. We are now looking at a 6v2. Soulful does go down, and it is another successful defense here from Buffet.
Yeah, Popeyes, all they need to do now is they need to recognize the ultimates that are coming online for Soulful here and Skyman on her Ana. They need to recognize the Death Blossom is coming up with a nano boost. They need to be able to counteract.
And the Shatter goes right into the shield, does get followed up by the Dragon. A huge purple coming out from Kite. And it looks like blue team is going to be able to capitalize on it, trying to sustain a bit with the nano boost. Looks like we put it on the Reinhardt. We might have been able to get value out of the nano Death Blossom instead. Does get eaten mostly by a Puckler here. We are going to see that Shatter come through. Unfortunately, Moonlight goes down as it happens. Ult's being traded, and it's precarious, but it looks like blue team should be able to hold here.
Yeah, Popeyes buff, they have the advantage coming in. Nice Shatter from Quack.
Big Shatter from Quack is going to keep this fight rolling. Red team does have an attacker's spawn advantage coming in. No ults on the board, however. Blue team still managing to hold through. Brigitte does go down. That is going to massively impact the sustain. And with 12 seconds on the overtime spawn, our blue team is forced to retreat for the time being.
Yeah, they just need to back it up and wait for the rally from Techie. They have the beat coming off as well, and Soulful and his squad don't really have much to spare. They have the Shatter, but I think it can be easily blocked. Thorn's going to swap to the Tracer. Try and go
that Shatter coming, or not the Shatter, the rally coming out is going to be massive. Big beat coming out as well. Actually surprised.